name is Andrew Chafin, and I am the assistant instructor here at the Budoru Ninjutsu Dojo for Anshu Chris Jacobson. And today what I want to talk to you guys about is the idea of trolls. Now, trolls are things and people that we see all the time. Every organization gets them, every group gets them, even we collect them on a personal daily basis. And the thing is that they are a part of the everyday life on the internet. But a lot of people don't understand the essence of the troll, the reason why trolls do what they do. So I want to discuss that with you guys today and explain the nature of trolling. Now, there are actually three different types, for the most part, types of trolls. You have followers, you have the sociopaths, and you have the psychotics, okay? Now, for the most part, everyone falls in the category of followers. What they are is that they're more of a minor thing. They're opportunists. Usually, for the most part, they are the defenders of the true trolls, the guys that are really a pain in the ass for everyone. And they hop on the hate bandwagon. That's what they do. So they speak their mind, they speak their voice, and they go about their day. The whole idea of hate and trolling isn't like their main and primary focus. It's not that self-centered in the sense that it's just that they don't get too wrapped up into it. They just hop onto it when it's convenient, and then at that point they kind of fall off, and then they go about their day and they live on with their lives. Okay. Now the second one is a group called sociopaths. Sociopaths are a little more severe. They understand what they're doing, and they understand how their lives are different compared to how they live their lives with how the social norm is. But the thing is that they just don't care. They have no problem with taking advantage of people, manipulating people, lying, and they feel no guilt, shame, or hesitation over the damage that they do. For the most part, it's usually directed towards either themselves or a cause that they really want to try to live their life for. And there's always some sense of like righteous indignation, or for a lot of times like a sense of smugness that goes along with it. They revel in the idea of like political one-upmanship. Okay, and the third one is the psychotics. Now, the psychotics are usually a lot more emotionally dependent on what they do and how they live their life. They don't think about it. They can't be reasoned with because their reality doesn't exactly match the realities of everyone else around them. They kind of live in a life of fear, confusion, and paranoia. And the thing about psychotics is that they can really be dangerous. And they get too involved with their own rich internal fantasy lives. Okay, especially when it comes to the idea of when they get so wrapped around the fantasies of other people's imagined sinister or evil motives to the point of where it's obsessive. Okay, because they can really be obsessive. And they can have extreme tunnel vision. And they really focus on one person, and they latch onto it, and it kind of becomes their entire sense of of purpose and being. Okay. Now, to go along with those three types of trolls, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the idea of the nature of trolling itself. It's usually the same things that you see over and over again. It's just it's just the reasons why they do it and how they do it, just how they operate in general. I have some notes written here on my laptop. I'm going to go ahead and read from that. Troll attacks are disruptive, irrational, and unreasonable. The troll expects his or her concerns to take precedence over everything else. In contrast, people who are delivering legitimate criticism are willing to do so in appropriate time and place without disrupting the normal business of the group. Okay. Trolls go out of their way to attack. They create situations in which someone will engage in a behavior that they want to criticize. Trolls will initiate trouble. Trolls make insatiable demands. If they ever poke at this or that and that it's not to their liking, even if you try to change it, what will happen is that they will still find something to complain about. There is no satisfying the troll, is that they will just keep harping on the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, to the point of not so much as the actual point itself, but for just the fact that it's just that they keep complaining and they keep using it. The trolls make no-win demands, situations in which you can be criticized no matter what course you take. Trolls remember situations differently from everyone else and frequently claim to be unable to recall the most central points of an incident, that is, the points which show their concerns to have no real substance or to be misdirected. Trolls are dishonest. Their texts are dishonest. Historical rewrites are often involved. They'll often change their version of a tale depending on who they're talking to and what aspect they can best use to their advantage today. Now, along with that one is the whole idea of like manipulation. Trolls have no problem with trying to manipulate and lie to other people to get the result that they want. Trolls will insist upon their version of reality. To the exclusion of any possible corrections, trolls will present a warped or downright false description of an incident. No matter how many times they patiently correct their false impressions or false statements, they'll repeat their version to whoever listens. Troll attacks often center around allegations of another person's supposed petty motive, rather than around actual actions. Trolls will accuse others of doing exactly the sort of thing that they do or would be willing to do themselves. It's a symptom of their own selfish nature. They get so wrapped up in just how that they operate that they, for the most part, they expect other people around them to act in the same way. And then when they see other people aren't so as willing to be as either negative or as screwed up as they are, it's something that just they don't understand. They just kind of, at that point, probably just ignore it, forget about it, and just move on and being self-centered. Trolls will often make accusations which really make no sense, or will accuse someone of reacting completely out of proportion to a supposed cause. In problem-solving sessions, trolls can't stay on topic. Trolls want to deflect criticism away from themselves or onto someone else, and they will eagerly change the subject to accomplish this or go silent and pretend that it wasn't said or that they didn't hear them. Troll attacks often involve minimal or fabricated concerns. The most mundane and unimportant events, even if they did actually happen, are made to look like actionable offenses. Trolls avoid healthy confrontation. A lot of the before I keep reading this one, if you walked up to the front door of a troll and you punched him in the face, I can pretty much guarantee you that the trolling would probably stop at that point. That's healthy confrontation. Their complaints and criticisms usually come back to you second, third, or fourth, or in today's modern age, anonymously. Trolls will complain about someone and avoid discussing their problems with that person. Why? They really have no desire to sell the issue, but only to use complaints as wedges and weapons. Trolls exhibit selfish concerns, or at the very least, concerns which are very self-centered. Every issue revolves around how it affects them. Trolls avoid personal inconvenience, risk, sacrifice, or commitment, except for the sake of their attacks or the cause that they try to champion. And to go along with that, trolls can use apparent devotion to a cause to mask their self-centeredness. You can be violently criticized for not pursuing their cause at the time and in the way that they want. It is their concern, which they want to be the overriding concern of the group. They want to be the center of whatever the group's focus is and be the center of attention. Now, we as martial art organizations in this modern age have to fight a very specific type of troll, and that's the internet troll. The reason why the internet trolls rely on the internet so much is because the internet is safe. They can say what they want to say when they want to say it to whoever they want to say it to, and not have it pointed directly back at them in real life. So they don't have to face any kind of form of repercussions that are actually on any serious level. The internet troll is missing something in his life. For the most part, it's usually some form of like lack of self-esteem, self-confidence, and they leech off of others and get a rise out of them, like griefers, in order to be able to remain balanced. It raises their sense of purpose, and it gives them it gives them that meaning of life. Unfortunately, it is not something that they think about logically for the most part. It's just something that they feel. It's something they lack, so they find satisfaction with going out and being able to attack others, make them cry, get in an argument over them over some stupid stuff to the point that where the person they're arguing with just resorts to nothing but just, flaming them with, just cussing constantly and screaming at them and calling them names. And they get a lot of satisfaction out of that because they're able to get a rise out of someone. They are missing something in their lives, and if this wasn't there, then honestly, when it's not there, they actually feel they become like an empty vessel, and it's unfortunate. The reason why I'm able to actually be able to recognize this and see this is because this is what I did for years. This is stuff that I know firsthand, so this is not new to me. I have a personal message for the trolls. If you're sitting there and you're trying to own the motto from Batman of just some men just want to watch the world burn, then you honestly need to move on. And you need to find whatever it is that you're missing in your life. For me, it was martial arts that got me out of my dump, because I honestly know that when you're not on the internet and act like a total badass, that you're probably inside an insecure child. Just saying it how it is. I'm sorry. you need to find what's missing in your life, or in the end, you're going to end up like a wrecked shell of a human. And just me as a martial artist, I'm just trying to warn you that that's just the path you're going down. And you can save yourself. You can. But it's up to you. No one can do it for you. It's just something you're going to have to do yourself. Now this video that I've created, this is actually going to be heading off a new series I'm going to be creating. It's going to be a series rebuttaling accusations that gets flung at us daily about our lineage, our type of training, and everything that we do. If anyone else is willing to collaborate with me on the idea of fighting cyberbullying and online hate, then please get a hold of me through either Facebook or YouTube, and I'll be getting you the details. I'd like to thank all our students and supporters. Your love is greatly appreciated, and I'm honored to have you guys with us. My name is Andrew Chafin, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Oh, and psychological analysis is a large part of ninjutsu. If you read any of the older texts, the Shoninki or others, you'll find out that reading your opponent is something that's heavily stressed. So if you want to train authentic ninjutsu, come train here at the Budoru.